'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder. Children get older. Now I'm getting older too. Well, the Dixie Chicks and Fleetwood Mac, you're not the only ones who are afraid of making change. Most of us are, but it's something that is inevitable, whether we want it in ourselves or in our environment. There are always some reasons for change that could affect our personal circumstances and even our businesses. There are two other C's that could make or break your business, and those are your customers and your competitors. Join me, I'm Joynivee of BizSmart Cafe, as we navigate through these three C's. The first one are your customers. I don't even need to tell you this, but you already should know how important your customers are for your business. You might think that you understand your customers already upfront, or you have a loyal base of customers, but your customers have expectations as well as changing needs and circumstances. You might find yourself the next day losing your loyal base of customers to a competitor. So what do? Make sure that you always put an effort to continually understand your customers. Speak with them, talk with them. If they're coming in person to your store or your office, have a chat and see how they're going, what good services or products you're delivering to them, as well as any complaints, any feedback or recommendations they have. You can also send them an email after providing a service or after they bought some products from your store, or you can give them a courtesy call as well, just to check up on how they are going. Let's take, for example, a small store, as we call a sari-sari store in the Philippines, called Money Smart Kids, very close to my heart. When they started, they did very good with regards to talking, speaking, interviewing, doing surveys even with their potential customers. So their target customers are their families, because it's a residential area, families around the area, as well as the workers of factories, because there are a number of factories in the vicinity as well. What they did, they asked the factory workers, what are your pain points? And they said it's the convenience as well as, of course, the price of the products. Well, because at times they only have 15 minutes of break, so it will really help them if they can easily choose the food that they will buy, eat that, have a bit of a rest before going back to work. The customers also gave suggestions on what food they want to see and they want to buy from the store, what chips, biscuits, as well as the hot food or meals, even the cold, really cold drinks that they have, as well as any necessities that they intend to buy from the store. So by listening to what your customers are saying, Money Smart Kids was doing really good, to the point that they even have to hire additional helper, especially during peak hours. What Money Smart Kids, or MSK for short, forgot to realize is that they need to further understand their customers, because not all customers are good in paying back right away the debt. Some of the workers are permanent, while some are temporary. So it actually hit the finances of the MSK a lot when some or most of their customers left because they're temporary workers without paying their debt. So do understand your customers. Second one is your competitor. Yes. If you're running a successful business, just like what MSK or Money Smart Kids was at that time, most often than not, soon enough, you will have a competitor. In Money Smart Kids example, a number of other sari-sari stores opened up in the same street, in the other streets, and even, listen to this, there were mobile stores as well. Remember, the workers said they want convenience. These mobile stores actually park right outside the gate of the factory. So very easy for the workers to buy food. And they don't need to pay rent, as well as they don't need to pay for helper, so they can make sure that their prices are much lower. So MSK lost a number of their loyal customers to these competitors. And that's not an uncommon scenario. You could even tell that story several times as well. So what do you do? So be on top of what your competitors are doing, what new products or services they're providing, as well as the feedback that they're getting, whether from your existing customers or what others are saying about them, such as in social media. So listen to that, learn from their experience, and be inspired on the good things that they're doing. Like, also look at what those in the same industry, whether internationally or in other states, are providing, because you can pick some good things and learnings from those as well. When you look at competitors, don't just look at your direct competitors. Say you're selling books, you're a bookstore. Your direct competitors are those selling books as well, whether physically or online. But you could also have your indirect competitors. So take a look at those as well. Those could be others who are selling products that provide recreation to potential customers who will buy books. Instead of buying books, they could be buying board games or other games or recreational activities. So those are your competitor. The third one, as we said earlier at the start of the video, is change. So that's the third C. That could make or break your business. So again, change is something that is inevitable. There are a number of reasons why things could change that would affect your business. Even personally, your own circumstances, you could suddenly be in a relationship or a relationship breakdown, or if you're working part-time for your business, you might have a new role or a promotion in your main job that could impact the number of time that you can spend on your business or your finances or things externally that you're not expecting. Like if you're renting your shop or a store, what if the owner of that premise would need to sell that store, right? So what's going to happen to your business? Or if they need to increase the rent. There could be other factors that we don't have control of, like war as well that's happening, or tariff, or change in government regulations, or even natural disasters. So those are a number of change that could have impact on your business. Even the upcoming trends like AI or robotics, how are they going to impact either positively or negatively for the products or services that you're currently offering or intending to offer? So what do you do? One option is always to do nothing. So just let it happen, let it pass, and hope and pray that it won't affect negatively, in a negative way, your business. On the flip side, you can do something about those. Well, I'll give you 4 A's around change. First one is anticipate and plan. So what are the potential risks that could have negative or even positive impact to your business? If it's negative, you need to plan how to mitigate, or if that happens, how to resolve whenever those concerns happen. If it could have positive impact, then you need to plan as well how you could leverage that change for your business. So anticipate what are the potential changes or disruptions that could happen in your business, and plan. Also, for instance, you are a restaurant owner, so need to anticipate what happens if suddenly your head chef had to resign, right? So what do you do? So plan for those things. The second A is awareness. So it will help you a lot to be aware of what's happening in the environment, what are the trends that are upcoming that could potentially impact the business. For example, those who have franchise for cabs. So one example is the experience of my personal coach. So he used to have a franchise for town cars, which provide transportation service. During the time wherein Uber was starting to ramp up in Melbourne and in other countries as well, he realized that Uber will disrupt the transportation industry a lot. So before it impacted his business, he decided to actually sell that and explore something else. And that was a good decision for him because he was aware of what are the things that are happening in the environment. So that's the second one, is awareness. The third one is adapt and adjust accordingly. So if you know that something is already happening, so don't just sit there, do something about it. Whether you're doing something temporary in the interim, or whether it's a long-term change that you need to adapt in your business. Say, an example will be those business owners, retail store owners, as well as those owning cafes or restaurants. During the pandemic, they had to actually adopt and adjust their business model to be able to still operate their business, whether it's selling live stream or offering delivery services for their products. So again, you need to assess if it's something temporary or it's something that you need to do so permanently. Just like some of the business right now, they still have that option for online delivery, even though we can all go now in person to the stores. And the 4A is acceptance. So accept and move on. I guess it starts with acceptance. You can either choose to continue to complain or rant about it, or you can accept it, do something, move on, and continue with your business. I prefer that you do the latter one. So there you have it. Those are the 3 C's that could make or even break your business, your customers, your competition, and change. Thank you for watching this video, and of course the other videos in this series as well. Watch out for the next one, wherein we'll discuss another reason why businesses fail. Have a great day. Bye.